So the next thing we're going to do is something that's just called easy sitting pose. And to sit easily and comfortably, you may find that you'll have to sit on a bit of a pillow or a rolled up blanket. And you can decide for yourself how thick a rolled blanket you need. And you're going to arrange your feet in a comfortable way. So you can have your legs crossed one way or the other. They can be a little bit more open away from you, or they can be close to you. It just depends how things feel in your hips. Okay? And you want to just rock a little bit back and forth to try to find your sitting bones, so a little side to side and a little front to back, to have a sense of where you are in your vertical space, meaning where you are in your tallness. Yeah? Okay. So taking an easy breath in, when you exhale, you're just going to hinge at your hip joints a little bit and then nod your head and gently roll forward into the space in front of you. And you'll just walk your hands out in front of you and just take a moment or two to hang out here and breathe. And when you breathe, you want to think about breathing into the back of your body so that you're really expanding your rib cage into the space behind you. And then very gently on your next inhalation, you can walk your hands in and roll yourself back up to sitting. And this is a good time to check in, just make sure that your legs are still comfortable where they are. You can always adjust their position, because at no time should you feel that this is really uncomfortable for you. So taking an easy breath in, when you exhale, a little release at your hip joints, gently nod your head and walk your body forward through your hands and just roll into gravity and just take a moment or two to rest and breathe. So we've coupled this with the simple sitting pose simply because it's a good place to do gentle stretches through your back. And then very gently breathe in, walk your hands in, and slowly make your way back up to sitting. And you can do that a few times, but just to sort of get awareness of your hips and feeling comfortable with your leg position. So since you're both forward in a little roll at the moment, we'll go from here to a little stretch that will create a bit of length through either side of your torso. So very gently, just begin to walk your hands a little bit over to your right. And so, Dave, you'll have one arm on one side of your knee and the other hand on the other side of your knee. And Norma, just arrange yourself comfortably, so your arms are resting in an easy place on the floor. And from here, you really want to feel like you're lengthening your left arm away from you, but at the same time, you kind of reach back into your left sitting bone. So you're creating a bit of openness and length on the left side. It's kind of like a supported side bend to the right. So you don't have to go into a very extreme position. You can stay with your breath here. Remember to breathe into your back because you are rolled forward. Good. And then very gently walk back to your center position again, and just take a moment to check in while you're there, and just notice if it feels at all different from when you were here the first time, because sometimes things will change. And then take an easy breath in, and when you exhale, walk your hands a little bit over to the left, just a comfortable distance. And so Dave, again, one hand on either side of your knee. Try to make sure both hands are on the floor so that you are supported. And you'll create length by reaching out through your right hand, not so much through your left here, but more through your right hand, to create length from your right hand to your right sitting bone, and just let your head and neck be in a comfortable place for you. And again, breathing as deeply as you comfortably can, breathing into your back. When you exhale, you kind of soften into gravity. Just taking a moment or two to be here. And on your next exhalation, gently walk your hands back to center and pause again in the middle. Again, time to check in and just see if anything feels at all differently than it did the first time. And when you feel ready, you can inhale and walk your hands back in towards you and slowly roll yourself back up to sitting, and then just take a moment to check in.